Okay, so creative process.
What does my creative process look like? So usually the lyrics comes first, but sometimes I'll have a melody in mind, and I'll have to work out the lyrics from that point in time. But I find it easier kind of having the lyrics already set and the message, and then working towards a melody from that usually works out better for me somehow. It's like I have a lot of recordings with me kind of going in the middle of the night, kind of half awake. So my first EP is Mama's Feast, and it was released about 2 years ago, I think. And I started that one when I was in uni, and I started working with a friend of mine that I'd met there. And that EP is kind of my first, like, I just wanted to show people what I was about. Like, really soulful, kind of organic, something that had been buzzing in me for a long time that I just wanted to hear. Just wanted to do it really badly, like a first thing. And so I tried to squish all these little things in that I thought was me. That was me at the time. And just put it in a song. Well, 4 ones. And what inspired me to do that album was just, my own drive, my own motivation to just show what I was about, as much as possible.
Well, for this one, actually, I was in the Blush Bar, which is my local gay bar, which is just down the road. And I was at a party, and a really good straight friend of mine was dressed all rather beautifully with a plum bob and a lovely dress. And during the course of our conversation that night, he told me that he just didn't do it for fun. He did it because he really wanted to wear women's clothes, and I was struck by it. And I went home and I thought about it the following morning, and I wanted to work out my relationship with this guy, because I hadn't ever thought that he was a transvestite. So from there on, I followed a kind of line of logic which took me through the whole album. I wrote him a song that morning, and I wrote really quickly impressionistic poems about the gay environment around the Blush Bar, the local bar I go to, my gay bar. And then I had all this material. I've always been out about being gay, but I hadn't ever kind of like thought it through in a really considered, deep way, putting together lots of different thoughts and feelings. So that was the album, was a project.
For each song that I do and for each project that I do, and the more people that I work with, the more I feel confident and just like going on my artistic path and sharing it with other people, because that's the most important thing for me, is sharing creativity and sharing yourself as an artist with other artists, because I think that's, in my opinion, when the end product is just slightly more magical.
Is it impressionistic, would we say? Is that the right word? And we did it really...
They weren't worked up.
Yeah, in the moment, because I believe in the moment, And I've done some lovely things, particularly with Rob. We've worked in Brighton together in a studio there, Lumen, where we did a whole album of 10 songs in the moment with David Chapman and Ian Carey. And it's extraordinary how quickly you can operate. Everything. I write from everything. I don't know about you. How do you get sort of? It's like it's like getting it's like catching a cold or being pregnant. You suddenly catch something, and it's an idea, and it's a puzzle to you, and then you find you're shaping it into a song because you want to find out what it means.
My favourite song is.
So it's an emotional conundrum.
And it's also the single.
That's how this album started. I had an emotional conundrum.
And I think it feels quite special to us because it's one of the first tracks that we started working on and writing. But also it kind of states very clearly the message or what we want to say in one song, and it has all the elements of us 5 individuals musically in it as well.